So yeah, what does that mean? What does it mean for you to have some peace of mind, to have some peace of heart?
Good morning. So, we used to do breathing, and first, when we start communication, we get into slowly breathing through your nose in and slowly breathing through your mouth. Then we are going to ground first to get rid of some negative energy. And I did this sometimes, a little bit, you could say, forceful, forcibly going live without doing the breathing, without doing the grounding, and actually being fed up with things, and also to get some things off your chest, because when you walk around in society where everybody is polluting their minds with war and duality and discrimination, that it sometimes affects you. Or you have to deal with a narcissist like Daddy Jeff from the USA. But I'm going to teach him a lesson. So, first, slowly breathing in through your nose, and then you think, law, receive, law of light and healing. Then you breathe out, you do an expression of gratitude. Of course, you have your hands placed together, so you are harmonizing the yin and yang energy in your body. After the slow breathing, your heart rate is going to be slower. After the grounding and harmonizing your yin and yang energy, you will have find your balance. So to find your balance is really important. And this helps you automatically finding your mental balance. So you do not need to start screaming and panicking immediately, because you know how to breathe and slow down your heart rate, controlling your heart, which is sometimes difficult when you meet utterly evil people. So we connect with roots growing to the center of Mother Earth. So taking that moment to relax first before we go into the worldly stuff. So this is something you should do in the morning because you neutralize a lot of negative vibes. You bring your heart in the right condition. With the breathing, you bring the oxygen levels in your blood to the right levels, and you will wake up and gain as much energy that you can start the day with. You create your own balance in this morning moment. And I feel it myself, I didn't do this the last 3 times. And guess what? I needed to delete 3 live streams. And yeah, I could have an excuse, but the human resonance was really high and it affected me. It did. I was crying for no reason and very sensitive. And now also that will not be gone, but it will not be an excuse. So the necessity of grounding, breathing, praying to find balance, you do that in the morning after you wake up. And that's why I also so said every time you breathe out, do an expression of gratitude. Oh, good for what? The fact that you are breathing. Yes, be grateful that you are breathing. And you can be grateful for others. Then you will also contribute to your own happiness. What is very beautiful? The music or the teachings? And this is actually something that parents should teach their children how to wake up in the morning. First, you do your breathing. So you go sit on the corner of your bed and you do some deep breathing. So you control your heart rate from the moment you are waking up. Then you are going to ground. So the child finds its balance in the morning. Then you are going to be grateful. So you gain more energy, you have your balance, and by practicing gratitude, thankfulness, you gain happiness. So you are energetic, balanced, and happy in that first moment of your own morning. You let it happen. So then you start to spread divine light, love, and healing. If you are not a healer, then you can spread light and love. If you do not know how to spread divine light, you can learn. But it will affect the rest of your day only to have such morning. So I am happy to experience the difference. So probably I do not need to believe this one. But yeah, if you are really emotionally and sometimes nature is making you emotionally with certain vibes, nature can give you some creepy, scary vibes, for example, at night, eh? Or it can make give you the experience of love or something else destructive. And then it's a good idea after you did morning ritual to do the next thing as a ritual. Is it making your breakfast? Then do that in the same way as you woke up. So you are going to focus on getting the spiritual divine energy outside your food. So you pray to the to soup, please allow me to get the spiritual divine energy to feed my spiritual body. So you do not only eat in a physical way, but also in a spiritual way. And again, while you are eating, you will also breathing. So when you breathe out, you can do an expression of gratitude. Thank you, Sue, for the food. Please allow me to take the divine spiritual energy out of the food to feed my spirit. So people that got lost from the connection of eating food spiritually to feed your spiritual body and not only your physical one. So I have a trio tree, so I'm going to let you meditate about it a little bit, and I will be back in a moment. So here we are again. So, by the breathing techniques, we are feeding our body oxygen and slowing the heart rate down. And this principle is actually leading to a longer life because the slower your heart rate, well, not too slow, it's not like meh, meh, meh. That's too slow. That's too slow. So, yeah, breathing is extending your length of life because you are slowing down your heart rate. Harmonizing your yin and yang energy is helping you while you are grounding, connecting with the center of Mother Earth and finding your balance. And it also will let the negative energy out of your body. And when you have found your balance, you're at peace in the morning, you express gratitude for everything, and you will be happy. So you wake up and you put yourself in happy mode. And it sounds really easy, but if you are traumatized or going through things, it's difficult. So then it's easy if you come and sit with me here. So I can do it for you and I can give you some positive vibes. So you will manage it after your tears or after the bad vibes in your body because the negative, what I see with people that are under a lot of pressure and um, a lot of negativity, you see the negativity vibing through the human being. So when that is really a lot, they are shaky. So imagine they try to find help, but actually the negativity is inside their body. Yeah. So the body is vibing negative because they have a narcissistic boyfriend like Daddy Jeff. So the negativity is inside your body. You go to the doctor because you cannot sleep or you get a headache from it, and then you take paracetamol or other toxic nonsense you do not want to have inside your body. And the pill is not going to remove the negativity from your body, but just blocking the symptom in your brain that is signaling. So it cuts off the signal that there is a negative vibe in your body. So you take the pill, you do not recognize the negative vibe anymore, and you think problem solved. Well, this should only be done when it's really needed. Yeah, so sometimes if people cannot sleep or have a headache for an extended time, then you could say, okay, if it's not going to go away within this, after this practice of grounding, that the negativity can leave your body, and that you are going to add oxygen to your blood by breathing. It's really good also to get rid of headaches. To slow down your heart rate is beneficial because your headache will slow down. And that has to do, you are regulating your blood pressure. And if your blood pressure is too high due to adrenaline or trauma or whatever, it is negative effect to your headache. But sometimes, if you put your body to stress for an extended period of time, of course, then sometimes these medications can be used. I will not, because I'm more like, I first do the spiritual stuff. I search my medicine and nature. It's much more healthier. And it will not help you with everything. So sometimes you need to use the medicine from the doctor if you're especially in emergency situations. So always search for doctors' advice. So less toxic, that is what medication needs to become. But you undergo trauma or you undergo a breakup. Yes, it also depends on age, how you will handle it. And the same thing with love, the distraction of mind, is the same thing with loss. So sometimes you fall in love and your brain does not even know what it is thinking anymore. Yes, that is what love can do. But the same thing is with loss. When you lost a loved one, your mind can be overflown with emotions of sadness, and you cannot really think on that moment. And it's really strange to say that when I did experience that a couple of times in both ways, when I lost somebody and when but it's basically you need to see through the falling in love part as well. That is also where you need to check yourself. Have a couple of breathers. Yes, slow down. And in between happiness and sadness, there is adventure. So we know that being negative is easy. So challenge life and be positive and try to give your smile to somebody else. And I see that the way we do education, Gen X sees the differences now between how they got educated and how children get educated nowadays. And in society, we already see the effects of how X was educated and how next generations were educated. And yeah, I don't think that as we experience and see now, that was a really good education. And nowadays, uh, all Gen Xers are saying the school system sucks. What they learn in school is nothing. It's not like how we got educated and know things. They say, well, basically, what they teach the children now, we learned in 1 year. They go to school for 4 years. But then the nonsense that they teach them as well. But anyway, so education is a thing. And if the women want to see a different world, then they need to educate children differently. So if the mother is starting to cry because the son is going to the front line, the mother did not understood her message of taking care of children, sending them to the front line to die and then going to cry about it. No, then the mother should say, son, you are not going into the military to die on the front line. That's what mothers should educate. So stop crying after your son dies in the front line because you need to educate children differently to see a different world. And this type of education is especially done by grandmothers and mothers since ancient times. And even they try to distort that as much as possible with the fake stuff. So there is a tsugi, and the tsugi is an educative tool that educates the use of the soft hand instead of the use of the hard hand. So yeah, I was raised with a hard hand, and what happened? I ended up in mixed martial arts, Thai boxing, free fighting, and kickboxing, and boxing, and karate. And you know why? Because I was raised with a hard hand. Then I thought, yeah, then you better know how to kick ass, don't you? So my body is full of scars, and could it be less? Yes. If we were educated with the use of the soft hand, and trust me, now I had a choice. I said to, I can give you the soft hand, and I had it in my hand. And trust me, it's more powerful than the hard hand because this soft hand will make the hard hand feel more loud. So when I give the option the soft hand, okay, everything can return into peace. If the soft hand is rejected, you will receive the hard hand. And then you got that person again in the crying situation. And then you need to help them ground again. So, yeah, what are we going to do with our lives? So, I hope, and for me, things changed really a lot by doing that morning ritual, breathing, uh, grounding, praying, expressing gratitude. Because as a child, as soon as I noticed that the sun was coming up, I was outside. And probably that was because the birds start to whistle then, eh? And I liked to play with the birds. They were also always following me when I came outside. That was really funny. And those are those little birds that are at the houses. How are they called? Are it sparrows? No, sparrows. No, no sparrows. I think. The little ones. There are many. And when I was running home, they did go from chimney to chimney, and I said to them, "Follow me." And then the whole flock was flying from chimney to chimney, following me the whole street till I was home. So yes, you can connect with nature. And how amazing, but okay, you are a child, you grow up, but I had always, like starting today, I was really enthusiastic about starting today. Still, I do not like to sleep. I think it's a waste of time. So that's probably why I wake up early to start the day and go to sleep late at night. But when you get older, you notice that sometimes you go earlier to bed. Anyways, what are you going to do in the meantime when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed? So we had the waking up. Let's do the same thing when going to bed. Only add this. So I'm going to lift the wheel about two really powerful, yeah, prayers. I don't like the word prayer because it gives me a negative religious taste in my mouth. But for a better understanding, I say prayer, but I would actually like to say I would like to mind some sincere words and give those expressions to nature and the source too. So, in the morning, you can be grateful for the good night rest sleep that you had. So you say, "Thank you, Sue, for the good night rest that I had and that I woke up in joy and that you give me a new day full of life. Thank you so much." That's how you wake up. You will find out how powerful that is if you do that for 10 days. Thank me later because you will not believe how much Now, even now, the light is straight going to my underbelly now. I feel it coming inside and going near my belly button. And when you put your breathing there, so you're not only breathing for the oxygen, but also for the energy. The spiritual energy of Ki is in your underbelly. That's why you breathe deep until your underbelly. So in the morning, you will be happy, energized, yes, and if you spread the law of light and healing, yes, you will have that vibe. And when you go outside, people will be amazed, like, whoa, and I have that all the time. So now I need to accept that people call me amazing. Control your breath. That's also. Yeah. Oh my god, I need to add that.